prison food inside ADX Florence and how extreme isolation shapes inmate behavior. High in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, far from cities and far from ordinary life, sits a prison designed for one purpose: absolute control. ADX Florence is often described as the most secure prison in the United States, built to hold inmates considered too dangerous for any other facility. Inside these concrete walls, prisoners can spend up to 23 hours a day alone in a single cell. There are no shared spaces where inmates gather for meals, no cafeteria tables, no conversations between prisoners over food. In fact, one of the most basic human experiences, eating, happens in almost complete silence. 3 times a day, a tray appears through a narrow steel slot in a solid cell door. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Each tray is nearly identical. The portions are measured. The schedule rarely changes and the delivery is brief. A slot opens. The tray slides in. The slot closes again. There is no conversation, no choice, no interaction. For inmates inside ADX Florence, meals become something very different from what most people experience outside prison walls. In ordinary life, food often brings people together. Families gather around tables. Friends talk over meals. But inside a Supermax prison, that social meaning disappears. Eating becomes a solitary act. A tray on a concrete surface, a quiet cell, a routine repeated day after day, year after year. Psychologists have found that when environment is stripped down to predictable events, those events can begin to carry enormous psychological weight. Inside ADX Florence, meals are one of the most consistent signals of time passing. Breakfast means the day has begun. Lunch confirms that time is moving forward. Dinner signals the approach of night. In an environment where meals never change, some prisoners begin to detach emotionally from the process of eating altogether. The tray arrives. The food is consumed quickly or slowly. The tray is returned, and the cycle begins again. Everything inside the facility is structured to minimize unpredictability and maximize control. Food plays an important role in that system. Meals must meet federal nutritional standards, but the way meals are delivered reflects the philosophy of a Supermax prison: predictability above all else. Every tray is measured. Every delivery follows a schedule. Every action is part of a system designed to remove variables. Because in a place where inmates are isolated and closely monitored, even small disruptions can carry consequences. Over months and years, prisoners adapt in different ways. Some align with the routines, others withdraw inward, minimizing emotional reactions. But one element of daily life remains constant: the tray, sliding through the steel slot, arriving at the same times, returning the same way it came. This documentary explores what prisoners eat inside ADX Florence and how a meal can quietly influence behavior under extreme isolation. Because inside America's most secure prison, food does more than sustain the body. It becomes part of the system that shapes how inmates think, adapt, and survive.